Okay, so this is some initial experimentation with ChatGPT, and the code as of now is 99% from SENTDEX from this particular video. Uh, the code is here. I've gone ahead and also uh, put it on my GitHub, my GitHub. So yeah, so in a dev branch as of now. So this is what it is. I have not changed much of his code, but I'll quickly go through what it is. So it's a Flask app, and in his video, he shows that he's using Copilot, GitHub Copilot is what I presume, and some of these code snippets are suggested by GitHub Copilot. So yeah, so that is something I've never tried till date, but yeah, good stuff. So API key, got the API key from here. They send you some verification and prompt and other things. Get the API key, simple stuff. After which, taken most of his code trying to understand what is happening here. So basically, get image is again OpenAI image.create. So whatever prompt will come through, this will be a text prompt. A basis this text prompt, it'll create an image of this particular size and give it out as a response. That response I'm printing it here. They're uh, quite uh, uh, this is the one, quite a detailed response. This might have some of my secret key or something, or some kind of user related information, but I don't know. I've not really checked. Quite a detailed response, out of which um, we are getting the image URL, and I don't think so. This .png, if I tried to access it outside the app, I'm not sure if it works like that in the browser, but he does suggest somewhere that in case you want to use it in production, maybe later on you can save it or something, some suggestion of that sort. I'm not really gone into all of that right now. And this is the chat part. So over here, put one doc string. I'll try and make this better. So basically, define a function to generate a chat response using the OpenAI API. Okay, and then there is an import message history role system. Role is the user system. He mentions he doesn't. I don't think so. He uses it anywhere right now. Even I have not really checked what exactly that is. But yeah, system. I just put it over there. So maybe that's a to do. Uh, and then message history, whatever is happening in the chat, that message history you can end up printing and looking at that. So the message history, I think this is the one which, yeah, message history till now. So the first thing that he's done, one second. Yeah. So the first thing that he's done is he's gone ahead and created one Flask API, and there are two basic routes over there, get and post. And on the get side, what he's doing is in the session, he's created a key called message history, and then this itself keeps getting updated. This message history. So in the initial one, it's basically a dictionary, or rather a list of two dictionaries. Yeah, a list of two dictionaries, and the first dictionary. This is the defining key, and the value is user. So and then the content, so whatever the user's content, that is hard coded initially to begin with, and then the assistant's content. So I've really not gone into the detail, but he says he's done this, and this somehow is uh, helping out, but I'm not sure if there is a way of not hard coding this and maybe getting some other role or something to play over here. I'm not sure as of now. And then what he's done is he's created these options, option one, option two, and then further on, he says when I say begin, so he just said begin over here. What I've done is I've gone ahead and changed this because I really don't want to have a very generic term over there. And then he's getting a response text out of which he's splitting the content on option one. That is the first one, and he just had text over here. So I've just changed it. I put it as response text. I again just defining a variable called text did not seem okay to me, so I've just put it as response text, and then further used further in the code response text couple of times. So these are few minor changes that I've done. I also did some changes down here. Yeah, okay. So over here, I say let's hack the response text. So basically, what I was trying to see was that how does this image generation fail, and what kind of images they're considering to be safe and not being considered safe. And this is quite a thing. So what you could end up doing is, let's say if I put flowers and roses over here, so this still generates an image, right? If I give this as additional response text, and I add over here, in place of just giving this, let's say, I don't know why I deleted that. That is what I was doing earlier. Uh, I give this as response text, and you end up adding this just as like you would, uh, any text string. Sorry. So let's say we end up adding this. Okay, and then let's see how this works. Does this work or does it not work? Um, because the image generation part of it can fail in case you end up giving what we have on line 154. Uh, so let's see. So it says Alice's journey inspired by the Jefferson airplane, whatever. I just created some story out of this because what he was doing was looking very dry to me. I really didn't feel like just replicating that. So let's see if this works. Uh, so doing just a refresh of this particular page, I'm not going ahead and clicking on any of the responses. That is actually the way of going ahead and okay, for this worked, and it has given us some kind of flowers over here, right? Rose flowers or whatever. And the rest of it is continuing with that story. So it is showing you the rabbit, it is showing you something happening. It says you find yourself wandering through a strange forest and trees and everything, and all that story is there. Uh, so this is what I've already given it. Then uh, yeah, talking caterpillar and all that stuff, huh? So rabbit, then this seems to be different. Okay, sorry, I scrolled up. That was the earlier one. Okay, so yeah, so it says you wandering through a forest and all that reply content is there, and then it says follow the rabbit, this, that, whatever. Uh, but why is it not? It should be earlier. It was showing my this thing. Yeah, okay. So over here it shows that I don't know. Do you then flowers plus roses? But here it doesn't. Okay, when it goes to the template, maybe it is using that. Otherwise, this is the actual response text. It comes and stops at do you, and then start giving us the options. Whereas this is flowers and roses is what I've added over here. So this we've kind of hard coded over here in the code as response text, and this is what I want to change. So okay, we got an image now. Okay, right? We got an image of flowers, roses. Um, let's say love, uh, affection. Uh, what could be more positive things? Let's say sweet. Okay, I really can't think of anything right now. So then let's see how this goes. Does it still give us? Because it will give you safe images. If safe images are there, then it doesn't really care. Otherwise, the API will block you. Uh, which is okay, but you come to think of it, then you can introduce bias. You can end up look at this. So now it has totally forgotten that story. It had gone away from Alice and Rabbit and this and that and whatnot. It got influenced by how I am hacking that response text. I presume this is a production app, and some developer or some organization goes and hacks the response text. So you've biased the output of the you end up biasing the output of the uh, model. The very very childish thing to do, but I just thought of doing it because I thought maybe and this will totally knock it off. This will do nothing. This will totally not generate an image. Yeah, image could not be generated. So this is that default image which he's put it over there in case of a error. So yeah, this is it. So he's got a get, he's got a post, and that's for the chat, and then he's got a image prompt, and okay, so still playing around with this. The code is here. I did end up posting bits and pieces of it on the LinkedIn, but just for the heck of it, nothing very special right now. But yeah, a good start with and I put all of this here. So earlier also it. So I call it a biased model. Obviously not a biased model. They are just trying to play safe. So in case you end up having some offensive text over there, they will not generate that image. Open AI, the GPT model will not generate that image, which is okay. This is definitely a good thing to have. So yeah, and I'll probably create a log of some of these responses in case somebody is interested. We could probably have a log posted on the uh, log posted over here somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.